Hey man, it's me, Kevin Smith. Welcome to the Grow Tent, everybody. You have found the best cannabis growing channel on YouTube, man. The place where we simplify the approach for you so everyone can learn how to grow. We make it so simple, even I can understand. So I'm going to listen and learn right now.
Hey everybody, welcome to this awesome video sponsored by Mars Hydro. There is going to be 3 secret numbers in this video. Make sure you find them. You're looking for 3 secret numbers. Good luck. Woo! Welcome back to the Grow Tent, everybody. We got a great episode for you here today. We have a mystery box. I don't know what's in here. I would imagine it's a light. So we're going to cut it open on episode for you here today. Look at that beautiful cut. I mean, the straightness of it is something to behold. Don't drink and cut. So, first things first, while we're opening up this box, if I can ever cut it down a straight dang line, guys, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe. It's more important now than ever since YouTube started throttling the channel. And we're not getting nearly the exposure we were. You guys could probably tell by some of the, by how much slower the subscriptions started going within the last 2 weeks. So there's not much I can do about it other than just keep making more videos. And that's about it. All right, we must be at the bottom. It's obviously going to be a Mars Hydro box because their lights, they always ship with wood protecting them. I got to make small adjustments here to this cardboard so I can open it past this camera stand. Oh, that was close. Did you guys see that? That was close. Oh, pay attention, Grow Tent. So anything you guys can do, likes, comments, subscribes, that's all fantastic. It helps out the channel a ton now more than ever. Also, guys, I don't know what YouTube's been doing with cannabis channels, but apparently a lot of people have been getting their content throttled. A lot of other cannabis channels. Last time this all started happening, they started deleting cannabis channels. If that happens, the only place you'll be able to really hang out with us is on the Patreon, because that'll obviously still be up. And with Patreon, you get access to the Discord and stuff like that. And all kinds of cool benefits and merchandise and t-shirts, coffee mugs, and a bunch of cool stuff you can't get anywhere else. So make sure you join up on that. And speaking of the Patreon, I got a brand new contest. Guys, any and all Patreon members, you remember our old 5x5. I wasn't a giant fan of it just because of the entrance, but it'd make a great tent, especially if you got it for free. So what I am going to do, anybody that joins between now, and this contest will include all current Patreons also, anybody that joins any single level, any level, I don't care if you join the cheapest or the highest, whichever. If you want a 5x5 tent, you say Grow Tent, throw me in the drawing, the Patreon contest, and you're a current member. You join any time from the past until, let's say, January 15th. That's when we're gonna do it. We'll have the drawing on January 15th. Actually, we'll do the drawing on January 16th. Sorry, I do this. This one's unscripted. We'll do the drawing on January 16th, and anybody that signs up from now until January 15th, you're also going to be included in the drawing, along with anybody current that is a current Patreon. I'm going to throw all the names in the hat. Whichever one I pick out live, I'll do a live stream for the Patreons. It's a free 5x5 grow tent. That's 25 square feet of growing canopy floor space in a tent that will hold up, and we have grown some crazy crops out of. So remember to join the Patreon. Literally any single level you want, you're entered. All right, check that out. Look, Mars Hydro has some of the nicest shipping. Check out that paneling to protect the light. I really like the way they send these boxes, because whenever I give these lights away when I'm done with the grow, I keep these boxes, and it makes it super nice to resend these lights because I keep these boxes all intact. We got some new tent slap stickers to put up. Oh, buddy, look at this thing. Now, right away, we're going to notice the thickness difference. Remember, the last light we had from them was the SP250, and it was about this tall. This light is double the height. Look at the amount of LEDs this thing has. Look at the amount. Oh my goodness. Cardboard was stuck down in there. This is going to be an episode of great camera work. Check out the packing that goes into this. That's definitely one awesome thing about Mars Hydro is how awesome packing material it puts in there. Now this thing, I'm going to say, feels like it's about 25-ish pounds. If you remember on the SP250, it was like 11 pounds without the driver on it. So we've got the nice long cord again. And this one of the upgrades they did between the SP250 and then the SP3000, one of the things they did was on the SP250, the one main complaint I had about it was a pain in the butt to try to change the power output because you had to take the ballast off the wall and oh my goodness, I almost dropped that. Check it out now though. Now you got a nice on-off switch. You got your daisy chains where you can plug them into each other and all get controlled off one. And the power, it even says on there, it's almost like they made this for a grow tent. Because look at that. The power is increments in 25, 50, 75, and 100% power. Just like how I tell you to increase your lights in the exact same power output range for your progressive light schedule. They have the settings already built onto the ballast on the controller. I mean, I don't know if you could ask for anything better than that right there. I mean, it's already got the settings for running your lights on a progressive already built onto the driver. And we have the extra long cord for this. So we're going to mount this outside of the tent again. So this part that gets hot won't even be inside the tent. That's one of the features I really, really like about these Mars Hydros is they have it to where the ballast, the actual power box of it, you can mount it outside your tent. They give you enough cord to where they can mount it inside or outside of the tent. Now, somewhere over on this right side is a plug, and I'm going to blind y'all here in a second with the new light. So let me pause it real quick. I'm going to go get the extension cord. Oh, you know, old grow tent. I'm never ready when I'm supposed to be, but I do have it set up already. I just left it on the other side of the station here. So let me go grab it real quick. I'll be right back. Whew. And we're back. I've got my power supply. Well, somewhere. I've got my power supply here. So we got our green extension cord. You know it's got to be green. All right. So we're going to plug this baby in. Now, this is facing directly up at me. Don't try this at home because these things will blind you if you don't have the proper LED glasses on. And RIP for everybody watching the screen. So we're going to turn this on. Woo! So this right now is at minimum power. And then we're going to turn this up. I'm not even looking the direction because it feels like I've just ignited the sun inside of my basement here. It's so freaking bright. Okay, so I'm going to turn that back down because, holy cow. All right, where's the power switch? Oh, that felt like that scene from National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation where he gets the lights turned on and the power goes out in the town and they have to turn up the reactors and stuff like that. That's what that just felt like. That was so bright. Now this light, I believe, is meant to flower a 3-foot by 5-foot area. Well, I only have a 2x4 tent and a 5x5. So what I'm going to do, I'm actually going to use this light in the 5x5. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to order what's called a light rail light mover. This is something I'm just going to have to pay for myself. I don't have one. I am going to put this light on a light mover and install it in the 5x5 on a rail that will move it back and forth across the tent. Because I don't really want to put this in the 2x4, being that it's meant for a 3 foot by 5 foot area. So I'm going to install this in my 5 foot on a light mover just to get it to spread out, and I can cover a bigger range with it. Plus, I'd really like to put a light mover in some of the videos to show you guys about it and the benefits of it. So look for that in a future video coming up. Thanks for hanging out with me on the unboxing. Oh, you know what? I'm going to do another test real quick with it, just see what our draw power is. Give me 1 second. Grow Tent's thinking on the fly. I'll be right back. Okay, we're back. We have our watt meter set up here so we can see what we're pulling. So it's turned all the way down. We're going to power it up. Probably can't see that well right now, so we're going to turn this like this so we can still read it. So with it turned all the way down, we're pulling a little under 68 watts from the wall. We're going to turn this up and see when we turn it up to max how much we're going to pull from the wall. This LED bar pulls almost 650 watts from the wall. Holy cow. Trying to watch my language on the videos, but holy cow. It's pulling almost 650 watts from the wall for an LED. Do you know how much, do you know how bright that is? Holy fuck. Sorry, I had to get one in there. That's crazy. 650 watts is insane. Hats off to you, Mars Hydro. That's amazing. All right. So we got about a 25-pound light altogether. You'll be hanging from your ceiling. They've got the really cool fin technology to keep it cool. They've got all their logos cut out of, looks like either water jetted or plasma cutted out. Probably water jetted out of the material. Once again, super lightweight. Not as light as the SP250, but that's not surprising for how much bigger this light is. And look for this in future content. We're going to have it on a light rail light mover in the 5x5. Guys, thanks for coming on this journey with me. I love each and every one of you. I'll see you next time. Grow Tent. Out.